Hi Jillian, I hear you've been having some troubles with your sales calls lately. It's definitely one thing to meet with the prospect once, and it's a whole other thing to keep that conversation going. Because the approach is so important, I wanted to give you some insight on how to improve it and really how to make it through the sales process from start to finish. So first I wanted to give you just a recap on what the approach is. The approach refers to all of the sales calls and all of the various stakeholders that you need to meet throughout the company before you can get ready for the sales presentation. It's all about getting as much knowledge as you can about the client, their company, and their business needs. Something to remember is that the approach precedes the sales presentation. The approach is about asking questions and learning about the company, and the sales presentation is about using that knowledge that you learn and selling to them accordingly. The approach is about building foundational knowledge and figuring out if it makes sense to move on to the next step. The approach is so significant because it's really setting the tone for the rest of the sales presentation. You're starting to establish relationships and build credibility with various stakeholders. This step is about getting educated and proving to these stakeholders that you really care about their needs. This step directly impacts the success of the sales process because if you do fail to get educated or to meet with the appropriate amount of people, your sales presentation will not be successful, nor will it successfully tailor to their needs, or you might not even get a sales presentation. Something that may help you is really focusing on what you're trying to get out of the approach. Remember, you're trying to get educated, build credibility, and find a way that you can provide business value to this company. The stakeholder is always focusing on what's going to best benefit them, so really focus on their needs and prove to them that you really care. The length of the approach varies each time. It depends on how many stakeholders there are to talk to, how many various touch points you have to go through throughout the company before you can move on to the next step of the sales presentation. This process may take longer if it's a new business relationship, allowing time for you to build credibility. Also, the current business environment certainly impacts this as well. Factors like COVID may slow down the buyer's decision-making process. Finally, I just wanted to share some tips with you for you to hold on to. First, really make the prospect understand their need. Not even one that you can necessarily fill yet, just make sure they realize they have a need. Next, don't put words in their mouth. Let them come to this realization on their own. You can certainly guide them there, but don't force them there. Only go through the sales process if there's a distinct need that you can solve. Don't waste people's time if you can't really provide any real business value to their company. Next, remember the importance of relationships. People do not like to buy from strangers, so really take advantage of this time to build credibility. Last, keep up with the times and the business environment. Take advantage of all the resources that you have available, research on LinkedIn, on any webpage you can find, and really make sure you're meeting with the appropriate stakeholders. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope this helps you succeed in your approach. Thank you.